What's going on, everybody? Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding everybody well. So I know I can't be the only person who pairs their fragrance with their outfit. I figured with summer in full swing, the white tees are out. What I wanted to bring to y'all today was some fragrances that I reach for with the white tee. These are white t-shirt approved fragrances that you can rock this summer. What I have for y'all are 5 fragrances and 1 honorable mention. I'm not gonna waste too much of y'all's time today. We have quite a few fragrances to get through in today's video. Let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, like I said, 5 fragrances, 1 honorable mention. The only reason this fragrance is at the honorable mention spot is because unfortunately I do not have a full size bottle. I want to send a gigantic shout out to Jace, as he is the one who sent me this bottle. Again, thank you, brother. I really do appreciate it. The fragrance at the honorable mention spot today comes from the independent house of Masai. The name of this fragrance is Into Me for Him. And again, I want to note that this is not what the actual bottle looks like. I will leave a picture above if anybody is curious as to what it actually looks like. So at its very core, this fragrance is a fruity, fresh, kind of spicy, ozonic type of scent profile that has a warm, woody, ambery dry down. I'll give you a couple sprays on this one, but first I'll list the notes. The notable notes on this one is going to include pink pepper, ginger, lime, watermelon, jasmine, as well as amber. Again, I'll give you a couple sprays here. Yeah, it smells very good. What I like about it is that it captures that aquatic blue fragrance type of vibe without being redundant to everything else that's already out there. At its very core, it's the type of fragrance that is designed to appeal to a wide array of people. My only critique, or I'm playing devil's advocate more so than a critique on my end, but I do think that a small minority of men will find this one leans just a bit more on the feminine side. It is marketed for men, obviously, but I do think this one leans perfectly unisex. A full-size bottle of Into Me for Him is going to run you right around $150, so I would recommend test driving before you buy. Again, I do have a 30 milliliter, so it's going to get me well through summer, but once this decant runs dry, I will be purchasing a bottle. It's definitely a fragrance that is white t-shirt approved, in my honest opinion, at the honorable mention spot today from the house of Masai. The name of this fragrance, again, is Into Me for Him. Okay, so the first official fragrance that I'm going to be showcasing y'all today is not just one that I feel rocks perfectly with a white tee, but it's turned out to be one of my most worn fragrances this summer, just in general, across the board. Fragrance number 1 comes from the house of Zaharoff. The name of this one is Signature Citrine. So I got this one just a couple of months ago, and you can already see the dent in it. It's one that I have been wearing regularly. Like every few days I'm wearing this fragrance. I do believe it's that good, which is kind of ironic because, as it just so happens, Signature Citrine, at least in the Western market, is one of the least popular offerings from the house of Zaharoff, but it just so turns out to be my favorite fragrance from his entire line. I haven't smelled everything, so I will be honest in that regards. I've only smelled like 5 or 6 of his fragrances, but out of those 5 or 6, this has become my favorite out of the bunch, just because, in my opinion, it's so wearable and the opening is extremely captivating. The notable notes in Signature Citrine is going to include clementine, which is a hybrid of mandarin and sweet orange. You're gonna have plum, musk, cardamom, ambergris, as well as myrrh. Now I'll give you a couple sprays of this one as well. Yeah, this one's so good. The opening is so good on this one, you guys. So Signature Citrine, in terms of what it smells like, it's an upscale and mature take on the citrus aromatic genre, and it's done in the Acqua di Parma Cologne type style. It's like the type of fragrance that transports you to the Mediterranean coast. Sure, it's a citrus aromatic. It doesn't have the longest longevity, but the opening is so good. just respray, you guys. And this is the type of fragrance that does activate in the heat. I get about 4 to 5 hours, which is on par with most citrus aromatics. Nonetheless, it's turned out to be one of my favorite fragrances coming from the house of Zaharoff, one of my most worn fragrances this summer, and one that I can't recommend enough, especially for a white tea. It fits the bill perfectly. At the #1 spot today from the house of Zaharoff, we have Signature Citrine. All right, so the next fragrance up is one that I am excited to talk about because it just so happens to be the inspiration behind this video specifically. But not only that, it's one that I've had for well over a year, and I don't think I've ever featured it on the channel. It comes from an iconic line, if you will. Fragrance number 2 comes from Banana Republic. It's 1/5, I believe, of the Icon line. This fragrance goes by the name of 90 Pure White. All right, so what I will say about the entire Icon line is I don't get the best performance. You don't get eternal longevity with these fragrances, but what I can vouch for is that these are well composed. You smell a sense of quality and a thoughtfulness in the composition itself. The notable notes in 90 Pure White is going to be musk, green tea, citrus, violet, jasmine, as well as amber. I'll throw a couple in the air for you on this one as well. Shout out to the scent strips that you took from Macy's, eh? Yeah, this one smells really good, you guys. And for those of y'all that are just feeling inundated with citrus aromatics where everything just smells the same, this one does smell a little bit different than what is already out in the market. Having said that, it does smell like something similar, and I have smelt them both. In my opinion, 90 Pure White does bear some similarities to Byredo's Ball de Freak. This is a perfectly unisex fragrance. It's fresh, clean, inoffensive, little floral, a little soapy. I do believe it even has lavender in it, so it's aromatic. It's just a perfect fragrance to wear with a white tea. It doesn't get more perfect than this, actually. It's heavy enough to cut through the heat, but it's light enough to where it's not going to choke out the room, and it does have kind of a unique factor, and it smells well beyond its price point. Definitely a fragrance that I would recommend, one that works perfectly with a white tea. At the #2 spot today, again from the house of Banana Republic, we have 90 Pure White. All right, so the third fragrance that I'm going to be recommending to y'all today is one that is by design meant to transport you to the Italian coast. Everything from where it was made itself all the way to the bottle design. I picked this one up in May. I have been wearing it more and more, and since then I am appreciating it more and more. Fragrance number 3 comes from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. The name of this one is Light Blue Summer Vibes. So yeah, I will admit to y'all, I'll be honest, I don't enjoy this one more than Light Blue Eau Intense, but again, the more I wear it, the more I do appreciate it for what it's doing. In all honesty, it smells like Light Blue Eau Intense, just with the inclusion of these 3 notes. Those notes are lemon, cypress, as well as amberwoods. I'll throw a couple in the air for y'all as well on this one. Yeah, by all accounts, it smells very good. It smells like Light Blue Eau Intense. It's about 80% Light Blue Eau Intense, but the difference is, just imagine that the acidic oceanic notes are muted down just a little bit, and then what they did was included a lemony green cypress note, which comes across almost piney. I do believe it's an excellent addition to the line itself. If you want Light Blue Eau Intense, just get Light Blue Eau Intense, but this one separates itself just enough to be its own flanker. Again, I do think it's an excellent fragrance to rock with a white tea, one that fits the bill perfectly for this time of year, and one that is worthy of being on this list. At the #3 spot today from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, we have Light Blue Summer Vibes. All right, so the fourth fragrance that I'm going to be recommending today is another one done in that Italian style. It's one of my favorite fragrances in general, and one that I reach for every spring and summer. I do believe it's a quintessential fragrance for a well-rounded collection. Fragrance number 4 comes from the house of Givenchy. It's no stranger to this channel. The name of this fragrance is Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. As you can see, I have a hefty dent in this bottle. It's one that I wear quite often, you guys. It's one of my favorite fragrances in general. Throw a couple in the air. Yeah, it just smells so good, you guys. Notable notes on Givenchy Gentleman Cologne is going to include citrus, iris, petitgrain, rosemary, musk, as well as ambroxan. It's done in the Italian style, but it's a modern take on that type of genre. What you get is a fleeting citrus note followed by green herbs and a fresh and clean, inoffensive, powdery iris. It's part of the Givenchy Gentleman line, so the inclusion of iris would be expected. It's an excellent fragrance, one that is discontinued, so my advice is if it's on your radar, pick it up before it starts going too high in price. You can pick up a bottle for right around $60 to $100, so you're not necessarily breaking the bank. Perfect for a white tee, one that I get a whole bunch of wear out of every spring and summer. It's a necessity in my opinion. At the number 4 spot from the house of Givenchy, we have Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. All right, so last but not least, and if you are still watching, big salute. This last fragrance I went back and forth with. I honestly wanted to feature Ferrari Bright Neroli because it's been a while since I featured it, and I've knocked a hefty dent out of. Shout out to Chad from A Gentleman's Journey, as he's the one who put me onto this fragrance. I kind of have sentimental feelings about this fragrance because it's one of the first ones that I picked up when I started the channel. But in all honesty, I do think for that white tee, although it fits the bill, there's just one that I like just a little bit more, you guys. This one comes from John Varvatos. Y'all all know which one this one is before I even show it. The name of this one is Artisan Pure. All right, so you know what you get with this one. I think I featured it on the channel at least 3 or 4 times at this point. It's excellent. Smells well beyond its price point, but that is the case with John Varvatos fragrances. It smells so good, you guys. And for a hot day, for a white tee, it's perfect. It doesn't get much better than Artisan Pure. The notable notes in Artisan Pure is going to include clementine, petitgrain, ginger, lemon, woody notes, as well as musk. I'll spray this one on my hand as well. This one's so good, you guys. Yeah, you get citruses up top, sharp green notes throughout the mid, very herbal, and then a very musky dry down. It smells so good, you guys. This is one of my favorite fragrances in general. It only costs you like $30 to $40. Fits perfect with that white t-shirt type vibe. It's one that I can't recommend enough. Similar to that Zaharoff Signature Citrine, it's one that I do deem to be a quintessential in every well-rounded fragrance collection. One that, again, that I do think that you should pick up if you haven't already. I will try to leave links for everything below. At the number 5 spot, last but not least, from the house of John Varvatos, we have Artisan Pure. All right, guys, that's pretty much a wrap for the video. Those are 5, technically 6 fragrances that rock perfectly with the white tee. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do apologize that I have not been uploading as much as I would like. My life is pretty hectic right now. Work is crazy. When it slows down, I do anticipate to upload more. Nonetheless, I really do love and appreciate all the support. Feel free to leave me a comment if you've checked any of these fragrances out, or if you have other fragrances that fit this bill as well that you would like to put me onto. I'm always open to suggestions. Either way, again, I love and appreciate the support. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care. Stay safe. I'll see y'all around.